Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Friday, the 11th day of December. Today is National App Day, and I'm assuming that's apps on your phone.
I believe you would be correct.
Probably not appetizers.
In that assumption.
But if you want to order some appetizers using an app and then eat those appetizers, that would be nice. It's also National Noodle Ring Day. So
Noodle ring.
Noodle ring. I think that's an appetizer. I'm just kidding. I don't know
Or
what it
it's a weird name for a gang.
Yeah, well, there's
Watch
a
out
noodle.
for the noodle ring.
They're out stealing noodles. Yeah, I don't know. And National Salesperson Day. And you know what? Nothing happens in the world without a salesperson doing their job.
You're absolutely
So
correct.
every single person, if it weren't for salespeople doing their job, most of us would be in a lot of trouble. So a little round of applause, Heidi, for the salespeople out there.
Go salespeople.
Good job. Hey, now go sell something. And today I've got a guest. A very funny man, Michael Kosta. He's got his very first 1-hour original comedy special on Comedy Central. It's coming up tonight. He's best known as one of the funny correspondents from The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. Very funny guy, and I'm excited to chat with him coming up in a bit.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A new survey finds the average American carries out 5 good deeds a month. 66% say they've helped somebody with directions. 65% said they've held a door open for a stranger. 53% have paid for a stranger's meal. 53% have picked up litter or garbage. She holds the door shut on strangers, doesn't let them in.
Well, it depends on where I am.
Really rude, I thought.
I'm not going to lie about it.
Oh, I got another study. The average spending limit that is necessary for a conversation is $400. So if you're going to spend $380, you don't even need to ask your wife's permission, guys. I'm looking at Heidi because what's our threshold? It's more like $20.
Well, it depends on what you're dragging home.
What do you have there?
We don't need any more radios.
I have a collection of old radios. In my spending limit, if I spend more than $20 on one, I'm in trouble. Where'd you get that? It was only $20. It's fine. It's fine. It was listed at $200. I'm like, would you take 20 for it? Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. A California man arrested Sunday for boating under the influence. This happened near the Collier County area in Florida. So he's a California man who got arrested in Florida. 57-year-old Michael Duran of Los Angeles pulled over for slow speed zone violation. Apparently it was going too fast. 1:30 in the afternoon. That's when the officer said he smelled like alcohol. They saw multiple open beverages in the boat. He was wobbling and slurring his speech after conducting a field sobriety test. They determined he was drunk, charged him with BUI, that's boating under the influence, placed in handcuffs, and his boat was towed back to the harbor and impounded. He was picked up, and on the way to the office, they said he urinated and defecated all over himself.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, so apparently he had a lot to drink. That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com. We actually spent some time scrolling through on this page here. A huge Hollywood live auction event tomorrow.
We can't afford opening bid on
movie.
this stuff.
No, some's like $50 opening bid. Movie prop memorabilia auction. That's true. They're going to be celebrating Frank Sinatra's birthday, which is tomorrow, with exclusive photos of his wedding to Ava Gardner going up for auction, a collection from Debbie Reynolds' archives, and her son Todd Fisher to also be auctioned off. I'm thinking things from him, not him personally, the way it's written.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
Over 750 props and costumes to be auctioned off, including some items from Elvis Presley and from Michael Jackson. The sequin glove that's on there. Yeah, that's one. James Bond things, Black Panther things, Godfather franchise things, and much, much more. I've got a link to the auction in the show notes for today. If you want to be a high roller, you can see that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of Time4Rehab.com. Despite the ongoing pandemic, a new study finds a quarter of adults do not wash their hands after coughing. There's an app now that is going to this is so stupid. It's going to translate your cat's meow.
Oh, wow. All right.
Developed by former Amazon Alexa engineer Meow Talk, MEOWTALK. Here's what it does. It records a sound and then attempts to identify the meaning. The cat's owner can help label these translations, creating a database for the AI software to learn from your cuddly little kitten. Currently, there are only 13 phrases in the app's vocabulary, including feed me, I'm angry, leave me alone. Researchers suggest, unlike their human servants, cats do not share a language, with some more vocal than others. So instead of generic database for cat sounds, the app's translation differs with each individual cat.
Okay.
They say the app is available for free in Google Play Store and Apple's App Store. A survey once found that America's dullest store for the holidays is the museum at the National Museum of Funeral History in Houston, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Funeral History Museum has an in-house gift shop and an online store. And
What are you going to buy?
Well, let me tell you what they have. They have some tempting items like a $75 book on the history of the American funeral directing positions and a $25 book titled President Gerald R. Ford Funeral Service. Browsers can also buy baseball caps and mugs or a tombstone-shaped magnet emblazoned with the museum slogan, "A day above ground is a good one." Wow. This is a real thing. Although
I would go.
Kind of think I just found everything I need for my Christmas list right there. You know how funny that would be? Just give that to everybody this year. And I've got room for one more. Yeah, I got one more here. Study says part of avoiding heart disease might involve brushing your teeth. Sounds bizarre, but researchers in Korea found a clear link between good oral health and lower chances of heart irregularities and serious heart failure. The study looked at the health records of more than 150,000 middle-aged to elderly residents in Korea. During the study period, 3% of the volunteers experienced a case of irregular heartbeat, while 4.9% experienced heart failure at least once. After accounting for every other known factor for heart disease, like body mass index, smoking history, researchers found that people who did report better oral hygiene were less likely to develop heart problems. So what they're saying, those who brushed their teeth at least 3 times a day, for instance, were 12% less likely to have heart failure, and people who had lost a substantial majority of their teeth, 22 teeth or more, were 35% more likely to have heart failure.
You know what, though? That makes sense, though, because if you're taking the time to take care of your teeth, you're probably taking better care of your body in general. Yeah. So...
Well, I like it. It's good news. So while you guys do whatever you're going to do, I'm going to go brush my teeth. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's insurancechicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. And it's a special Friday because tonight there is a 1-hour comedy special with our guest, who we're going to be chatting with here in a second, Michael Kosta. It's Michael Kosta, Detroit, New York, L.A. It premieres tonight on Comedy Central. And we've got him on the line right now for a comedy call. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thanks. Comedy call. Here we go.
I'm excited to chat with you now. There's some folks that maybe know you from some time that you did at The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. And then I see you've appeared on The Tonight Show, Conan, Late Night with Seth Meyers. You've kind of been all over the place, haven't you?
Yeah, that's right. I perform stand-up comedy wherever they will have me. Those are the notable places. I've also performed in bowling alleys, wedding showers, garages, wherever.
That's awesome. And I love this new special that's coming out tonight. I love that what you're even calling the thing. It's called Michael Kosta, Detroit, New York, L.A., and the thing that's neat is I watched the little preview for this. So there's clips from three different comedy shows basically merged together to make this special?
Yeah, that's right. So I started doing comedy in Michigan, and then I moved to the coast, both coasts, different times, L.A. and New York. And so I thought, comedy isn't just one place. Comics perform all over the world. We perform for different groups of people. We perform in big rooms, small rooms, fancy rooms, poorly lit rooms. And so I said, why don't I show the audience a little bit of my comedy life and my comedy path? So we start the audience in Detroit at a glitz and glamour, fancy special. And then we move to a basement, gritty, intimate, dark, damp comedy club in New York. And then we go to Los Angeles, to the Hollywood Improv, right off of Melrose Avenue. So the audience is going to travel with me and see what it's like, all good and bad of it.
Now, when you get on stage in a different venue like that, does your show change with the venue, or do you kind of do the same show, it just happens to be a different venue?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's up to me to figure out that answer. There are different people everywhere. I think one thing that I really love about this special is people will see when I got to New York, I had 10 minutes of material about how much I hate New York. And I'm not going to change that for this audience. And what's so lovely about the special, and what's so lovely for everyone to realize, is guess what? They can take it. They're laughing. They think it's great too. And there is so much discussion about political correctness and so much discussion about how sensitive we've all become. Well, if you watch this special, you will see that we might be all those things, but also when people walk into a comedy club, they can take a joke. They can realize if someone is well-intended, he's just having fun. And I grew up in a big family. You never said I love you to your siblings. You just made fun of them. That's how you knew you were cared for.
Absolutely. And I grew up in the same kind of family, so I can relate completely.
Sure.
So now, how long have you been performing stand-up comedy, and what was it that first kind of drew you to that?
Well, as a kid, I would always watch stand-up comedy, however it came on the television, or I'd listen to records. My parents had records of all the great comics, and I just couldn't believe that they just gave you a microphone and said, go talk for as long as you want. To me, it almost seems like it was a trick. And then my mom, when I was 10 years old, my mom took me to go see Dennis Miller in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I mean, I'm 41 years old now. I still don't understand what Dennis Miller's talking about when he's on stage, but I loved his persona. I loved that arrogance. I loved the performance, and I fell in love with it. And one thing that's great about stand-up comedy, also terrible, is anybody can sign up. You can go to an open mic wherever you live. There's probably one tonight at a bar. Well, maybe not tonight because of quarantine, but and you can sign up and you can perform and you can fall in love with the art form. So that's what happened to me, and it's been 16 years now, and all it took was 16 years of hard work, and I finally made it to the John and Heidi Show.
Hey, there you go. And we're super excited that tonight, a big comedy special on Comedy Central, and very happy for you. Thank you so much for taking some time on your special day to share with us, and congrats on the success, man.
Thanks, John. Thanks for putting it out there. I appreciate it.
Again, our guest today has been Michael Kosta, and his special is tonight on Comedy Central. It's called Michael Kosta, Detroit, New York, L.A. It premieres tonight on Comedy Central, and I will put all of the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What is that, John?
This is my final little word that I'm going to teach you today. We've been doing this all week long here. I've had different words and different meanings. Do you remember any of them, by the way?
No.
Didn't think you probably would. I remember one, tittle. Remember that? That was the little I,
yeah,
dot above the I.
The dot above the I.
And the dot above the J. Paresthesia. 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 Pins and needles feeling, like if you ever have your foot fall asleep or something.
Yeah,
that's
the worst.
Paresthesia. That's what it is. That's the pins and needles feeling. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline Russia. A couple in Russia who tried to avoid buying a train ticket for their daughter by putting her in a suitcase. They got caught when somebody stole the suitcase.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, luckily the girl was found after the crooks let her out, but they kept the suitcase. So, very fortunate they got their daughter back.
Gosh.
So, how much could a train ticket possibly cost for a kid?
I really don't know.
Yeah, whatever it is.
And especially a child small enough to fit in a suitcase.
Yeah, you know how awful you would feel?
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Someone stole the suitcase? Yikes. Not good at all. Thank goodness they got the kiddo back, but that is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Oh, how much I would love for something like this to happen to me. An Australian woman won the lottery jackpot, nearly $150,000, but she said she was unaware of her winnings for 10 days because she thought the emails that she was getting from the official lottery
were
scam emails. It wasn't until she received an actual letter in the actual mail that she decided, I should probably check my online lottery account. The woman then discovered that she had won the jackpot of $146,879.
Wow.
She said most of it will go towards her and her husband's retirement. So there you go. That's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
But I think it's funny that she kept just deleting the emails going, yeah, whatever. How many times have you gotten emails where you're like, yeah, whatever? And
my gosh, but it's never been
legit.
Some prints.
I remember one where I had a client that I ended up recording ads for, but I thought it was a joke and I kept deleting it and I wasn't. And then I find out later it was for real.
I remember that.
It was a national brand that I'm not going to mention right now, but I was their voice for about 3 years. And I deleted the first 3 emails they sent me because I thought it was a joke. So, oops. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. When visiting family for the holidays, what are the rules? What are the boundaries? Well, a woman in Australia who follows a vegan lifestyle had her mother staying with her for the holidays. And things were going well until she discovered her mom was getting up in the morning frying bacon in her kitchen. Keep in mind, the lady who lives there is vegan.
You would know that right away.
Yeah,
'cause
you'd
bacon
think so.
Just
It's very
smells amazing.
Yeah, there's quite a scent to it. She said she was very riled up by her mother's. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they have bacon smelling tofu. I don't know. But she said she was quite riled up by her mother's actions. And vegans, by the way, don't eat any animal-based product. So not even meat, not even cheese, nothing like that. So the woman posted the thing online, and many people came to her aid and said, you know what, I agree. It's your house. It's your rules. But boy, some of the comments on there were just downright mean. So I guess the moment of duh is don't post things like this on Facebook if you don't want people being mean. Because for whatever reason, people are just mean these days. So I guess that's today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up to trick you and amuse me? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Fake news or Florida? A Florida dog walker was busted for public intoxication after she took a bath in a shopping mall fountain with her dogs. Fake news or Florida?
I'll say Florida.
And you're wrong. I didn't think you were going to guess that in a million years. I thought for sure you were going to get that one right. But no, it's not true. It's a phony one. There was a lot going on there. I thought for sure you were going to guess on that one. But Heidi is multitasking right now. What are you doing? You making a list and checking it twice?
I could see somebody taking a bath in a mall and getting kicked out.
Really? Have you ever seen that happen?
Well, no, but it's not like it couldn't. I'm just saying.
Now I know.
Somebody's homeless. They're in the mall. They see water. I could see
It's a
somebody
dog
saying,
walker. She's not homeless. You weren't even listening, were you?
Well, then my answer would have been different.
Yeah, you're multitasking. That's what's going. Is that a Christmas list? Is that what you have there?
No.
Okay. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. And I got such a cool little story right here. First of all, I want to say a thank you to each and every person who submits good news stories. I love these. One of my favorite things of the show is reading the happy, positive, cheerful, fun, neat, cool stuff. Here's the headline. I started tearing up. Store manager buys giant teddy bear for a little boy. The manager of a store in British Columbia surprised a mother and her son with a giant teddy bear after the manager overheard the mom say, "Sorry, kiddo, we can't afford to buy the bear." Carmelie and her 4-year-old son, Quinn, were shopping for Christmas, and they were going through a display, and they noticed this teddy bear that was on display. And the kid said, "Wow, look at that. I need that bear." Quinn was bouncing up and down with excitement, which caught the attention of the store manager. His name is Dave. And he says, Mom said, "We can't get the bear right now." And the boy said, "Okay, I understand, Mom." Dave recalled noting that the boy didn't whine, didn't complain. He said, "It just blew me away. He's only 4 years old." Dave returned to work, but he couldn't stop thinking about them. And it prompted him to consider his youngest granddaughter in Ontario, who he's been missing during this pandemic. And he remembered past Christmases when he was a single dad. He said, "I raised my son from the time he was 6 days old. So I know what I went through and what I gave up and what other people gave up to help me." So he tracked down this little boy and the mama, and he asked the mama, "Hey, is it okay if I buy that bear for your son?" She said, "I started tearing up. Christmas is going to look a lot different this year, and you just try to make it as magical as you can for your kids," she added. And this guy did that. It's pure magic. Dave's coworkers say, by the way, that's just pure Dave.
Classic Dave.
Yeah, that he acts on impulse to be kind all the time. He says, "You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow to any of us, and you do something good for somebody, if you can, do it. You'll be surprised how much it will help you as well. And Quinn has since thanked Dave for the gift by giving him a card with a drawing of the bear on it, which is really neat. I've got a link to that story. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.